Okay, in assignment 13, we are in chapter 2-3. We are talking about supply and demand and how they influence each other. So I'm trusting that you read page 75 and 76, and we're going to go through a couple of examples now after reading that. Example 1, it says the Wacky Widget Company. So a widget is just a slang term for an item that a company might sell. So the Wacky Widget Company sells widgets for $2 each wholesale. A local store has a markup of $1.59. What is the retail price? So you guys have heard the term retail. Retail is like a store in the mall, and you pay retail prices when you go in there. Well, the company that sells those items, they don't buy them at the same price they sell them for. That's how they make their money. They buy them for less than what they sell them for. Well, the difference between those two amounts is called the markup. Okay. So if a markup item is $1.59, and they sell the widgets for $2, and then they get marked up by the local store, the retail price would simply be the $2 plus the $1.59. So the retail price then would be $3.59. Okay. So the wholesale price of an item is X dollars. The retail price is R dollars. So this is what you're paying in the store. The wholesale price is what the store is paying. How do we express that markup algebraically? Well, we take the retail price and you just take away the wholesale price, what the store pays for it, and that would be the markup. So for example, if I purchased a shirt for $29.50, and that shirt had a markup of $21. So I'm paying retail $29.50, and if the markup was $21, what was the wholesale price? $29.50. The wholesale price is the difference. It's what the store paid for it before markup. So before markup, it would be $29.50 minus 21, which would be the wholesale price. Then would have been $8.50. So just depending, one of these numbers are going to be missing probably in one of your problems, and you got to figure out what the retail price is, what the markup price was, or what the wholesale price was. All right, moving on. The Robert Corporation sells teddy bears at a wholesale price of $23. If a store marks this up 110%, what is the retail price? So the Robert Corporation sells teddy bears wholesale to the stores, $23. The store marks this up 110%. What is the retail price? So you're going to take the markup rate, which is 110%, but you got to convert that to a decimal number. So we're going to move the decimal place 2 places. 1.10 times the wholesale price, which was $23, and that gave you $25.30. Now this is not the new price. This was the markup amount. So they're selling them at $23, and then they're getting marked up $25.30. So to find the retail price, I need to add these two numbers together. So now the retail store is now reselling those items at $48.30. That's how they make their money. All right. A banner company sells 5-foot banners to retailers for X dollars. The St. James sign shop marks them up 90%. Express the retail price algebraically. So we're going to do the same thing we did here. Okay, we're going to take the price, the wholesale price. We're going to call the wholesale price W. And the markup is 90% of that. So the markup is 90% of that, but 90 as a decimal, which would be 0.90 or just 0.9. Okay. So to find the retail price, I take the wholesale price plus the markup price. So the retail is going to equal the wholesale price, what the company paid to get them, plus their markup. These are like terms. This is 1W plus 0.9W, which would be 0.9W. Okay. That's how you find the retail price. Okay, in your reading, you also learned about the supply and demand graphs or the supply and demand curves for any item that a company might sell. We call them those widgets. And it's these curves, where they meet, that's where the supply and the demand are the same. Okay, so in these curves, we're talking about the quantity that's being produced. That's your Y number, see the Q? And the X number is the price that they sell them for. So think about it. If a company makes widgets and the price is too high, then nobody's going to want those widgets if the price is too high. And if the price is too low, everybody's going to want them because they're inexpensive. But if everybody's buying them, we may run out of supply. So that's what's happening here at the price mark. You see, as we go below 11, the supply is low. This is the quantity. So when we go below 11 on this particular graph, the supply gets low and the demand curve is high. So the demand is high at the lower prices, which means they're selling more, so the supply is lower. As the price goes up, there's less demand. As the price gets above 11, there's less demand for that because now the widget or whatever product they're selling is overpriced. So they're not going to sell because there's not much demand. And if they don't sell very much, that means their supply is going to go up because they keep making these products, but they're not selling them because the price is too high. Okay? So at $9, what happens if the price is set at 9? No, the supply gets lower and the demand gets higher because the price went down. Okay? And that's what it says. Because $9 is less than the equilibrium or where they meet at, the demand will exceed supply. Suppliers will attempt to sell the widgets at a higher price. So the demand line is this line here. So at $9, we're way up here on the demand, and that's higher than the supply line. Okay, so what would happen if the price was set at 15? Well, now we're moving this way. Okay, well, the demand gets lower because they're overpriced, and the supply would get higher because they're not selling any. Okay, that is assignment 13.